Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Kent. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Time again for another pocket dump deconstruction. I didn't do a pocket dump deconstruction yesterday, and I didn't do a knife of the day. I didn't do a knife of the day because I don't have any new knives. I'm waiting for Spyderco. I'm hoping, knocking on wood, that this week they announce something. Last year, they released so many knives and it was so expensive. This year, even with their new catalog, you could see that they're not releasing as many knives, and they really went with all the lightweights and other things, except for two knives that were super expensive, like 500,000 or 450,000. The rest have been relatively inexpensive for Spyderco. So I'm waiting for them to release knives. I used to get releases where I'd have 5 knives sometimes, or 4 knives, and we haven't gotten that this year. Good on the wallet, not good on the content. I didn't do a pocket dump deconstruction because I say way too much probably that I'm consulting and I'm transitioning and all that stuff. I actually didn't leave the house yesterday. I do post a pocket dump deconstruction on Instagram, and sometimes I'll go back to the 5,000 photos that I've posted over the last 3 years and show that. So if you want to take a look, and of course, I've got playlists galore. And I'm happy to see a lot of people checking out videos they haven't seen. But anyway, I am leaving the house today. And this is the pocket dump deconstruction. I'm wearing my tag. I like this tag. I'm still considering, I have 2 Apple Watches. I got the new version of it. And I have the original version. And I don't know. I love collecting things. I love like my tag watches and all the watches and hold on. Cigars, which I love, and coins and everything. Cameras and lenses. I'm not a photographer. That's what I spent all my trimming money on. But I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe going down to this upscale jeweler and saying, here's all my expensive watches. Tell me, let's see 1 or 2. I'll trade them in for 1 or 2. So we'll see what happens. I'm trying to downsize, and it's so painful, which is why I haven't started the first of probably 3 or 4 trimmings that I'm going to do this summer. I hate giving them up. Oh, what a wonderful cigar this is. This is the Romeo y Julieta Churchill. Oh, I love it. It smells so good. I'm just going to take my time with this thing. I'm going to put in my little Bose sleeping headphones with music or the sound of the waves or something and just, think of never working again. That's my fantasy. Or just collecting. I'm a big collector. Yesterday I watched on YouTube baseball card where they break up cases of baseball cards. I don't collect baseball. I'm not a baseball fan. I just love the passion people have over what they collect. I am a huge Sean Design pen fan, and I see him making his fountain pens, and I want one, but they'll beat me to it. It's so hard to get the first batch of anything, but at some point I'd love to see it. I have fallen in love with this copper Sean Design pen. I love how it wears. I didn't have a copper one before. Of course, this is the clip version. And then look, when you open it, the inside, it hasn't worn as much. Oh, I love this thing. I'm not cleaning this thing. This is perfect. This is my kind of manly thing. It just naturally wears. Just wonderful. Let's talk about this coin. This was one of the 4 new coins that I purchased not too long ago. From the U.S. Mint. This was in a package. I showed you the maple leaf that came with this. This is a United States Silver Gold Eagle. I collect the Gold Eagles, been doing it. I have all of them from 1986 when we first started having 1 ounce silver coins, the Gold Eagle, all the way to this year. I have them in proof. I have them varnished. I have them all kinds. I have them loose with the boxes and the certificates, and I also have them rated 69 and closed up. 70 is a perfect coin. 69 is the second best. 69 is usually a couple of $100 less than the 70, so I do the 69. So I've been collecting all of these, all the special packages and all of them. I love it. This is special. This came into the American, you know, that Great Two Nations package. It is, remember I told you a proof coin has the shiny background? Well, this is called a reverse proof. And that means that the background isn't shiny, but what they call the instrument, the things on the background, like the eagle, is shiny. So that's a reverse. You see the lettering is shiny and polished. That's a reverse proof. What makes this even more special is this is an enhanced reverse proof. So they call this the instrument, the thing that the coin's about. For instance, this is Lady Liberty and the sun and everything. That's the instrument. See how it's shiny? But also you see that this is striped. It's not all shiny. Usually with a reverse proof, the background's dull. The proof is the background's shiny. I know there's too much about coins, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because I love this coin. The background is shiny. The instrument is not. The reverse is just that. Reverse proof is just the opposite. And enhanced, like this coin, that's what makes it so special. Oh, I can get closer. You see that it's super shiny, and then there's shiny but not too shiny. That's enhanced, where some parts of it are even enhanced within the proof. You see that instrument? That's special. So I just got this. They just released it a couple of weeks ago with that special maple leaf. It's 2 countries, Canada and the US, and I'm so happy to have that. Now I have to get that where it's rated for my thing. Yes, I'm going to do some coins. I got close to doing it this weekend. I'm just so worried. I don't know why. It'll be on this channel. You guys who like cigars and knives and stuff, just hold your breath, okay? I've got so many coins, and I'm just passionate about it. So we'll probably talk about that. Talk about other things on this channel, too, that I want to talk about. Today, it's about vodka. We talked about my coin, my small Coach, thin Coach wallet that was with me back in the old consulting days where I went Coach crazy. You want proof? Here's my Coach pocket briefcase with the Coach paper. Now let's talk about the knives. This knife, you don't see it often. I don't think it's available anymore. But this is the Spyderco Jester. My first, and this is a sprint run. You can tell by the gray G10. My first Jester I got was, I got the Jester, and it had, I don't know what it had on it. G10, black G10, just a regular black G10 Jester. And it was expensive. I was like, when it came and it was so small, I was like, no, it should be bigger. But I love it. And then I got the sprint run. This is a heavy sprint run for a little knife. The Jester is like a ladybug, but of course you can see the blade is a lot different. This has stainless steel liners on a small knife. The backlog, it's a hefty little knife. Big lanyard hole too. Of course, I use it for my keychain loop. A lot of people put lanyards on the smaller knives. But the big thing, this is VG10 steel on this sprint run. But the big thing is that blade. See the blade? It's like a reverse Tonto almost. Has that belly. And then I like it as a small. It has jimping going up to the spidey hole. But I love the jimping right on the nose of it. You see that? Gives you a good way of cutting. Gives you control over this little knife. I really like this. I have what? Maybe 2 or 3 Jesters. They're hard to find. But this is a good sprint run and a in great shape. Mnandi, I only have 2 of them. You just don't know. You cannot believe how many Mnandis over the past 2 weeks I have left in shopping carts on knife internet stores. I mean, I have all kinds of them. I sold a lot of Mnandis with Damascus blades, etc. And now I have this and the Box Elder Burl. I would love to have a collection of all the Mnandis. I would. And then trim all my other knives. I say this and then watch me have this in the trimming. Trim all my other knives and just go away with my small knife collection of Copas, my 17 Spyderco Copas, maybe the Chaparrals. Get a couple of small Nkossis and my Mnandis and let you guys have everything else. How about that? Of course, Mnandi. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back to the Jester real quick, just real quick. The blade is 1.9 inches. The edge on that is 1.7 inches. It weighs, this is a heavier one, 1.1 ounces, even though it does have stainless steel liners. The entire length is 4.4 inches, and of course, like I said, that's in VG10. So this is the Spalted Beech Mnandi, and it is indeed very nice. S35 VN steel from Spyderco, from Chris Reeve. I say Spyderco and Chris Reeve so much that I always screw that up in these videos. Just a real nice blade with that nail nick. It's a modern day. I mean, I'm a grandfather, and you know, you never feel that old until you realize your kids are grown. I have 2 girls and a boy, and then I have 5 grandsons from my oldest and her husband. But this would be a nice thing for my youngest grandson to have and say it's grandpa's. I mean, you just know that it's heirloom quality. Of course, it has the Chris Reeve integral frame lock, even though it seems like it isn't, like it's a liner lock. Titanium, of course, that's spalted. I probably just shown this not too long. Well, I just bought it not too long ago, so I know I did a knife of the day of it. Of course, the clip that is beautiful. 2.75 inch, just under 3 inch blade, hollow ground, S35 VN steel. Only weighs 1.6 ounces and 6.4 inches total. So I'm going to carry these 2 knives, and together they're only 2.7 ounces, these 2. That's going to be my carry. I was thinking about the riddled. You know, my very first Chris Reeve knife was a large Sebenza 21 riddled, and I still have that. And then later I got the small Sebenza 21 riddled. I just love the riddled. I think it's emotional because that was the only knife I could get sent prime from Amazon when I was only buying knives off of Amazon, and I could get it overnight. So I did a riddled because it was available. And I wanted one so bad. I had dreamed about it. But I have fallen in love with it. I don't know if they still do riddleds, but I love the scales. It looks like it's riddled with bullet holes. That's where it gets its name. See? It's all rugged. You can feel the cutouts and the rugged pieces of it. And then it's all the way through that first scale. See the blade going in? It's just a real unique and nice knife. Of course, this is the small 21, 2.9 inches, S35 VN steel, just under 7 inches, full length, 6.9 inches, weighs 3 ounces, and just a wonderful. Yes, I know some people just don't like smaller knives. I adore smaller knives. So it's all preference, of course. But of course, Chris Reeve knife is a Chris Reeve knife. Someone commented just the other day. It was a good comment. Hey, I like the Chris Reeve knife. I don't know if it was a Mnandi or a Sebenza 21. And said, but I can't justify the price when I can get, cheaper knife. You're right. Then I got another comment. I mean, it's all personal, right? It's all subjective. I respect it so much, you guys' opinion. Then I got another one that asked me if I had a Medford, if I own a Medford. I own only one, and it's a small tank. I forget the name of it. Not the newer tank. I forget. Panzer. I have a small Panzer I fell in love with that knife. It's such a unique shape. Go check out the Knife of the Day playlist and look that up. But it was funny. I was thinking about it. I love Medford knives. I don't agree with a lot of his opinions, but I love that he shares them on his YouTube. I'm that guy. I can disagree with a lot of what you say, but I love the passion in which you say it. But I love his knives. I just haven't bought one. And then I picked up one. It was like $800. And I love Chris Reeve knives so much. Here's my thinking, my brain. It's just mine. I go, yeah, but I could get 2 Chris Reeve Sebenzas out of that. I can get 2 Chris Reeve knives. Love the Medfords. They are built great. I love my Panzer. But I have to be honest with you. Yeah, I'd rather get 2 Chris Reeve knives if I had the money. That's just me. Hey, I appreciate all of you guys. That's the Pocket Dump Deconstruction. Man, when I made a transition, I used to work for 2 years and go and move my family all across the country. Probably why I don't have them all now, right? Willing to move, willing to go. I just moved a lot. Then I found a place in San Francisco and I worked there for 8 years. And I consulted for 8 years and they were a client for the full 8 years. I just loved the company. And then I decided to come to this company and work, and it's so great to have a team. 15 years, and then decided to go and be a consultant again. I'll tell you, transitioning to a consultant when you're 30 is so much different when you're 60. Because now I'm sitting there going, maybe I should just follow a new bliss. Don't work and start using this camera equipment. So we'll see what happens. Hey, it's an ongoing story. I'm trying to figure out ways to share it with you. You guys have a perfect day. Take good care of yourselves, okay? Please do that. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications. Yeah, at some point I'm going to sell these knives. I'm just living with them right now. Okay? Yeah, we're going to do some trimming. I can't move on with 5 big Pelican cases full of knives. I just have to take the time to figure out and be ready for the loss. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.